Good morning. Welcome to Farming Simulator 25, remote off-grid on the homestead map. Alright, so we're in 1st of November. It's been a week, so let me jump in my pickup and have a tour here. Alright, the sunflowers are ready to be harvested. I'm going to merge this into one field here next spring when I plant. See, this is wheat. Yep. And then canola. Alright. So now I know where I'm at. So I'll start as I normally do. More mushrooms? Yes. I'm being too quiet here, aren't I? I'm gonna just sit here and not talk. I might as well do time lapse. If I could only figure out a way to do a time lapse that doesn't degrade video quality. I can do time skips pretty easily. But time lapses, I have to run the video through an editor program, and since I don't have the paid program, it downgrades the video quality to 1080p when I record in 1440p. And it also messes with the size because I record in ultra wide. And the video editing program turns it into 16:9 aspect ratio. So not only are you degrading the resolution, but you're also inflicting stretching and other various things like that that aren't very pleasant to look at. I'm in a bit of a brain fog this morning here. Let me see, did I put the Napa cabbage into the... no, I did not. So, alright. I must have put the Napa cabbage onto the trailer. I did. Yeah, I don't have too bad of a week this week, only 50 hours, but I got home at about 3 o'clock on Saturday and just went to bed. I got up briefly when my wife wanted dinner, so I had to get up and cook dinner. Then I went back to bed again until about 8 o'clock, and then finally at 8 o'clock I got up for a couple hours, did my farm work, and then went back to bed at 10 and didn't get up until 10 o'clock this morning. I got a lot of work to do today too. I gotta record 2 episodes of this series, and then I gotta record 3 episodes for my main channel, and then I have to go outside. I gotta change the spring shackle on the farm truck because the right rear leaf spring shackle broke. I had to order a new one through Rock Auto since none of the local places carried it. It's not a too difficult fix. I'm gonna try to record it and upload that too. Then I gotta go out, and I also need to tend my gardens. They all gotta be hoed again. Fortunately, I've been getting a good amount of water, so I don't have to water anything. So far, I gotta say, my soil type seems to do very well for sunflowers. Which is nice because I can, well, they make nice ornaments while they're growing, and then when they're done, I can cut off the heads and hang them from the rafters in the corn crib by hay twine to dry out, and then I can feed them to the pigs over the winter. Yeah, because my homesteading activities are in no way whatsoever profitable. In fact, it costs more to grow my own food than it would if I would just went to Walmart and just did grocery shopping. It's entirely, that case. Now, the only real benefit to doing it the way I do it is resilience. If we face another supply chain collapse like we did during COVID, where literally Walmart had no chicken. Alright, I've got some. You know, what I'm doing when it is not the one to keep me alive during the apocalypse. Because I require too many external inputs. Alright, I'll see you back at the shop. I'll see you at the shop. Alright, so we're sitting at, let's call it 42,000. Alright, so basically made 30,000. Not too terribly bad at all. Alright, I'll see you back at the farm. Alright, back at the farm, so now it's time to water greenhouses. Got rain coming in. Alright, change of plans. Since we got rain coming in, I am going to start harvesting first, and then once the rain starts, then I'll stop the harvesting and come over here and water the greenhouses. Go ahead and stage up the Una mug right here. I kind of like the fact that there's so much bad soil on this map. It's unrealistic how many of these maps, which are designed for precision farming, really slant the soil to the best types and only put a little bit of bad soil on there. Oh, I also need to check prices on straw, because sometimes straw is best in November, when it should be December, but sometimes it is November. Straw right now is 44. All right. So yeah, it's not at the best price yet. I'm also kind of disappointed at how few animals I have. All I got is chickens. I don't have any pigs. I don't have any beef. There is time. We're about halfway through the series. I'm going to take this to 100 episodes and call it there. Yeah, we're yielding 88%, which is pretty much the best I'm going to get out of this clay soil. I will be back when the first load is ready to go into the windmill. Alright, the rain started, so I'm done with harvesting for a little while. I'll just park the combine over here for now. Cover up these sunflowers. Alright, we are on tip side left. go ahead and start up the sunflower oil production. Hopefully this rain doesn't last long. But I definitely made the right choice by switching the order, getting sunflower harvest started. Alright, I'll be back when I'm done with the watering. Okay, the watering is done and the rain is done. Talk about good timing. I got two cats here fighting over my attention. Got the orange goddess Freya, and I got the two big black cats walking wounded. Wrong vehicle. There we go. Yeah, the sky is clear. The HUD says it's not raining, but the rain effect and sound are still playing. So let's see what happens when I try to harvest. No. Oh, there it goes. Okay, I'll be back when the next load is ready to go. Alright, there's the second load of sunflower seeds ready to go. Well, actually, I'm going to leave that out. I'm going to shut the engine off. No sense in wasting diesel, since I have to pay to have it shipped in. Alright. Now let's see if I can actually get into the combine here. No. No. Alright. I'm gonna have to get in the combine on the wrong side. Alright, looks like we'll get one more full load out of here, and then the finishing load. I'll be back for the next load. Alright, next load is ready to go. Close the cover so no sunflower seed rolls out. I might not have time to finish tonight because I'm going to stop at today. I'm going to stop at dark. I'm not on a time crunch, so there's no need to be working after dark and risking accidents. Looks like I might have underestimated the yield. I think I'm going to get another full load out of here. Because as I get closer and closer to the edge, the soil type is improving. Alright. Alright, I'll be back when I'm either done or do the next load. Or if it gets dark, when it's dark. Okay. Night has fallen, so I'm gonna call it a day here. Okay. Let's check prices here. On straw. Yeah, straw still hasn't reached its peak. It's still climbing, so we're good there. So anyway, back to hauling product to loading my product up. And today I need to, the heating plant is done. So I need to get it loaded with wood chips. That way it'll be ready to fire up and start working next month as my residents move into my little village I've built for them over there. Got 4 families that have agreed to move out here. So I've built a house for each of them. And they've signed a contract to work for me in exchange for free rent. But in addition to that, they're allowed to work overtime for cash money for me, or they can work for David for money, or they can work for the transport company for money, since the transport company wants to upgrade its holding here. Yeah, I got a full pallet of honey. How about that? Those extra beehives are doing their job, I guess. The honey really is not a very productive harvest. You know, it adds just a little bit in February, and it helps with the crop yield too somewhat. So this pallet of sunflower oil and this pallet of honey can go into storage until it's time to sell them. Sunflower oil gets sold in January, the honey in February. I need to put all the kimchi components into the preserved food factory today. There was less than 200 left in there yesterday, which means it probably ran out overnight or is very close to running out. Yeah, my strawberries didn't pick up. I drew nothing this year. Kind of disappointed, but maybe they'll pick up and do well next year. My sandy soil should be pretty much ideal for them, but strawberries and blueberries both love sandy soil. Chili peppers needs to go to the preserved food factory. Tomorrow, I'll be able to start using workers. Alright, let's see what's left in here. Still got plenty of parsnips out of flower, so I'll deactivate that for now. Getting kind of low on eggs in there, but since I just deactivated the production, there's not much point in keeping and putting more eggs in. I'll go ahead and sell these. I think I'm pretty well set for tractors. I do want another combine, either a second combine or a bigger one, maybe both. Then I need to start, find a way to shelter my equipment. I need to have these 2 pallets of lime and get them put away. I've been meaning to do this for a while, so I went ahead and did it while I was thinking about it here. There's something else I've been meaning to do for a while, but I keep forgetting about, so I'll do it while I'm here. I wonder if I can reach those 2 bags over there. No, I can't. Since this is a full trailer, not a semi-trailer, I ain't gonna bother backing it up. I'm just gonna do a loop around. I think maybe I'll buy this section of land here and then build a storage shed down here to put all my equipment into. finish up loading my products for market. Oh, that's the reason why it fell off. I say usually I have the opposite problem. I have sticky pallets, not slippery pallets. Black cat in the face. Alright, get down on my lap. Come on, walking. Just lay on my lap and be a good kitty. There you go. Just checking since I've got a single pallet of, oh, that's what I was hoping for. I've got a single pallet here, but another pallet has popped out of the greenhouses, so I'll grab this one and that one and make it a double. Garlic and parsnips. That actually sounds pretty good. Be right back. I need to... My oven timer's going off, so I gotta check my chicken. Alright, back. I usually cook up a batch of chicken here on Sundays and then break it up into 6 meals to take with me for my work lunches. And then I'll team that up with like a pound of frozen vegetables. Alright, there we go. Two favorites for that are either asparagus or Brussels sprouts. I do have asparagus here on the farm, and I do take that when it's in season, but I don't have enough to make me a year's worth of asparagus. And I've never had good luck getting Brussels sprouts to grow here. I've tried a few times. Which is a shame, because fresh Brussels sprouts taste so much better than frozen ones do. The frozen Brussels sprouts just seem to lose their flavor in the freezing process. Alright, I'll see you at the shop. Alright, I'm back at the farm now, so now I need to feed the chickens. Hope I didn't flub and just in case I flubbed recording at the shop, I made $21,000 this month selling product to the shop. Alright, chickens are fed, so let's go finish up harvesting the sunflowers. Alright, I'll be back for the next step. Alright. Sunflower harvesting is done. The Unimog is full. So I'll dump the last of this from the combine straight into the windmill. And I'll come back and get the Unimog. This is one of the reasons I'm leaning towards getting rid of this combine. It doesn't require enough maintenance. Kind of an odd thing to say, but if this was real world, I would say not requiring enough maintenance would be amazing. But since we're trying to simulate the real world, the fact that this combine requires way less maintenance than its a real world equivalent is not a good match. Alright. Alright. Since the last thing it harvested was sunflowers, it won't set itself down fully. Let's go grab the Una mug. Since it's too late in the year to plant oilseed radish, I'm gonna have to leave this field in harvested state. I really prefer not to do that, but the only thing I could plant in it right now would be grass. But come March, I can go ahead and put oilseed in it. Alright, cover up so it don't blow out. Oh, alright, windmill is full, so the rest of this is going to have to go in the silo. That's a good problem to have, I think. Okay. Now I'm going to grab my winch. Yeah, I was thinking there was wood chips in there. Well, good thing I got some logs down already. Alright. Well, my intention was to haul wood chips over and logs back. Looks like it's not quite working out that way. Alright, I'll be back when I have all these logs towed over. Alright, as I suspected, it didn't take very long to chip that tree up. So now I have some wood chips. Alright. Flip around. Oops. I'll have to fix that deck quick before the people get here tomorrow. Alright. So let's get this fired up. There we go. Now we'll have heat and electricity for everybody tomorrow. There we go. Let's see if this one's small enough for me to pick up. It is. Good. Then I'll move it up here. Alright, now this is what I was wanting to do. Logs over, wood chips back. Alright, I'll be back once I'm done with these rounds. Okay, that's all those logs I've cut down. I've got them chipped up and hauled over here. Let's get back to the farm. Alright, dropped off the winch. Now I'm going to move this trailer here briefly. The hay wagon. Alright. And I am going to build a lime station. And a fertilizer. There we go. This will make life easier going forward. All right. Good. Now, next month, that will be available for use. Now I don't have to keep handling all these totes. Although that said, I got a lot of totes here to deal with, to use up yet. Actually, while I'm here thinking about it, there we go. So, my storage solutions have been greatly improved. I'm going to end this episode here. Thank you very much for watching.